Okay, how was the assignment? Good. Why are you guys so silent? Come on.
Yeah, it was good. At least it was good.
It was hard.
Don't say that. Who said that it was bad? Come on. Not Anita.
I said it was hard. All right.
Okay. Okay. It's
So,
okay. I know that it might seem like it's like forcing into your brain, but it's good. That's good. You'll be surprised by the end of DB2. You'll be surprised by yourself. Okay, so let's go over. Wait, let me try to see what we did this morning. Oh yeah, there are two things that we have to see first with SQL. And then we are going to start the lesson. And then I want to show you something because you guys have an extra assignment. So instead of doing the assignment, okay, actually, let me share my screen.
I have a question, please.
Sure.
right.
What's
Hello?
your question? Yes.
Are we going to go over the assignment?
Oh,
You already did, right?
Okay, so I had a question on the assignment. Is it possible to give a user the ability to select from like just one SQL to select from another user? Because like when we're doing the HR, did you have to grant individual like ability to select from individual tables, or is it possible to be able to select from all the table of HR?
No, you need to grant individual.
Individual
You need
table.
to select on HR employees to select on grant, select on HR region too. Yes.
I thought there was a shortcut. Okay.
That's why it's an object privilege.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to first, I was writing the assignment. I'm going to share it with you guys. First. Any question for me?
Emerald,
Yes.
one download my SQL developer. I think I lost my winner CP. I have to download it.
How is
Why
it
you
possible?
I don't know.
Maybe his
It's not
winner
related.
is with me. It's with me.
It's what? It's not
It's with-
related. That's what I'm asking. It's like doesn't relate.
His winner is with me.
Yeah. That's what I say. Why is it happen? Because you want to
Really?
download something. Yeah, because since I download the SQL developer, yesterday I tried to look to winner CP and I found it. I said, oh, okay.
Really? Okay. Share your screen so we can see. You have your screen? Share your screen.
Yeah, Emerald, let
Oh,
me
that's really
I'll go find myself. If I cannot do it, I go ask you a question.
okay. You can just look it up on. You can just look it up on.
Okay, let me
From your
share.
search bar.
Let me share my
Okay,
screen.
share your screen because that's really odd. That's really odd. Share your screen.
It sounds like a miracle. SQL developer. Is it not it?
Yeah, you have WinSCP.
Yes, but before
No,
when
no, you don't have it. You don't have it.
I don't have it. Before
Did you
is
have it
well,
before?
yeah, I got this one before. I put him all of my script up there, my stuff up there. So
Are you sure you didn't delete it maybe by mistake?
yeah. I don't touch the WinSCP. That's okay.
You must, if you didn't and install it, then you should have it.
Yeah. I had it before, but I don't have it anymore.
It might be hide somewhere, you know.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's very good to know, like, when you do some stuff like that, you actually know what you did. It's very important. It can allow you to write your scenarios later. You know.
But today I don't have time. I'm coming just home right now. I'll take after class. I go see. Go look.
Okay. Did you have try to check the link? Because I'm pretty sure it's still in your computer. Try to check the link that you received. The email where you had WinSCP. Because I don't know where it's saved in your computer. Yeah.
Okay.
And click on the link and you should be able to find WinSCP again.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And then once you find it, make sure that you pin it to your taskbar.
Okay.
Sometimes it does that. When you install a new application, the older one might be like they are gone, but they're not gone, they're still there.
Because I think I got before like a sequel. It was sequel. When I tried the change for SQL developer, I think that's why. Okay.
No, they're not related. Maybe they are not related. I don't think SQL developer would crash your WinSCP or delete it. It's still in your computer, that's for sure.
Exactly. I'll go find that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Noah.
Emerald, so
Yes.
last class you said you were going to show us the SQL that allows us to create and duplicate at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you.
You guys have an assignment. I just sent it. Did you see the assignment I just sent in the group? That's the assignment for this weekend.
Is there anything due Friday?
Everything is due on Monday.
Okay.
So you have a lot due on Monday. You have this one, the assignment I just sent.
Wonderful.
You have the assignment 3. Excuse me?
Was it too much like that?
You have assignment 3. Assignment 3 covers okay, let me share my screen.
Yes, sir. Plenty too much. Too much assignment.
Too much assignment?
Yes.
Okay. You'll thank me later.
If you don't want to do it, you skip it, young man. Stop disturbing the class.
Thank you. Right?
Yes.
There is a student. I mean, you guys might take SQL lightly, right? But there is a guy from class 23. He went to an interview and he was asked about SQL statements, about like 2 SQL statements. And that's how he got a really, really good job. So you might take it like you don't care, or you might just want to copy scripts, because by doing this assignment, you're forced to know the SQL statements. Even if you don't want to know them, you will be forced to know them by doing these assignments. If you do it by yourself or you do it in groups, you'll be forced to know it. So that if SQL statement come for you, I mean, it comes for some people, you'll get that job for sure. You'll know that you will get that job for sure. But if you don't know, you're just used to copy and paste. And a basic question comes like joins or tables or whatever. You'll be like, I have no idea. It's not. So you learn it by force, by fire, by force. Okay, this is assignment 3. Okay, that's the assignment that you guys will be doing to, it's due on Monday. Okay, in TLS demo, update all last names in the employee table. So this is like update. I think we did update before many times. And here it's also the same thing, we update. And by using the where clause, here too, here too. So this is very simple. This shouldn't take you within 10 minutes, these two. So that's why I added the 10 questions. And you don't need to do practice 2 because it already has all the answers. This practice 2 already has all the answers, so yeah, you see, insert into it gives you the SQL statement, describe, so you don't really need to do it because it won't really be very good practice. But of course you have to read it, but you don't need to submit it because it already comes with the answers, so it's no point. Okay, are we good?
Yes.
Maybe not.
Okay, it's not much, it's only 12 questions to do. You guys have 5 days, so okay. So okay, yeah.
We got time. We can do it. We got time. We got a lot of time.
I need someone's database, someone's student ID. Make sure you have.
I don't have time, but I go do my best for God time.
Student 385.
Student 385.
Yep.
Okay.
Make sure you have what, Emerald?
You have TLS DMO, you have ORCL, right?
I have everything, man.
Okay, good.
Sorry, Osa.
Okay. You have HR.
I have HR, everything.
Okay. Okay, good.
I already here now.
Okay, so what do you want to do? The third thing is last time we used the between for just to be able to see the time. Now I want to show you guys something that you want to use the between to, okay, for you guys to have like 2 diff because it's part of the assignment so that you guys actually have an idea on what to do. You don't get stuck for days. Okay, let's select the table. Let's use HR. That's our favorite. Okay, I'm gonna put it. Okay, still have my notes from this morning, so that's gonna be even easier.
Emma, a quick question.
Okay.
Emma,
Yes.
quick question.
Yes.
I don't know if it is we're gonna create table someday in our job.
Are you asking if you will be creating table at your job?
Yes.
What do you think?
Oh no, wonderful question, my brother. You DB, creative.
Not everywhere you create table too, bro. Sometimes you really have that table, but you need to know it.
Okay, so are you basically trying to imply that as a DBA you don't need to know how to create tables?
No, don't get my point wrong.
No, I'm asking because I hope that you guys know that if you don't have SQL fundamental, yeah, as a DBA, you cannot even get your job. You need to have at least SQL fundamental and OCA. Even for your OCA to be validated, you need to have SQL fundamental. So a DBA must know SQL, not as well as a developer, of course, but a DBA must know SQL to a certain extent. So if you think that you don't need to know that, good luck. Good luck.
So I guess that have answered my question. Thank you.
Bello, it used to fuck now.
I think
When you come with that question there.
I sent you guys something last time. I sent you guys this one in DB1, I believe. And this is it's to prepare you for the OCA and to prepare you for SQL Fundamental. And this one is not only for developers, it's also for DBAs. But for the developers, they have to, I don't know, there's somewhere they talk about it here.
Emerald, it look like that that OCA doesn't have schedule anymore. I tried it until 20.
No.
2021.
That's just the lesson. That's just the lesson. It's not the dumb file. This is the
Yes,
lesson.
I'm talking about the exam OCA. It look like they are not scheduled anymore. I tried to check it there. It's until 2021. I don't know what happened.
Really?
Yep. I asked somebody else to check. I asked Bibi to check and let me know because I was surprised to see that they are not scheduled anymore. I don't know. Maybe they don't want people to schedule at home or at office. Maybe. Yeah, they cancel everything. I don't know. That's what I saw, but I asked somebody else to check and let me.
Okay. Okay. I don't think that the next time it's available will be 2021. I don't think so. You need to check. Just make sure that you check. Just make sure that you check. But I really don't think so. Okay. So this is the table. Okay, I need to set the line size. Can you guys see the bottom of the screen? No.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Okay.
see in the bottom.
Select is a mistake. Select is a mistake. Oh, no, it's good. Oh, that's crazy. Oh,
Didn't I set the line size? I think I did.
Have you set page size?
No, page size is fine. I'll just change the column.
Column salary.
I put it this morning so I wouldn't have to do it now. But seriously, it's very good to know SQL Fundamental. I forgot format. It's good for you. Telling you, someone not long ago, I think it was in March. He got his job in March. He got his job thanks to 2 or 3 SQL statements. So depends on your luck. Don't take anything lightly. You never know.
Emerald, is there a class where you teach us how to do all this?
To do what?
How to like arrange our tables like that?
I mean, that's why I'm doing it, right? For you guys to see and do it as well.
So when you say column salary format all, what does that mean, please?
No, that's an error because I forgot to put format.
Yeah,
No, that's not all. That's A11. That's A11.
Oh, that's A11. Oh, okay, I got it.
Yes.
I thought it was all.
So when you're setting all
Is it
format,
Joseph?
what does that mean?
Yeah,
What's up, man?
straight up, man.
I already know like the A10, like when you're setting the individual columns,
Yes.
I understand
Yes.
that. But then when you set like the page size, the line size.
Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you now. Okay, that's better. Let's So you can, because we'll be doing a lot of stuff here. So it's better.
Yesterday in my group, we spent like an hour just trying to fix it.
Let me give you an example where SQL will be very important, like in a real work environment. Let's say you want to do an upgrade from 12C to from 11G to 12C, for example. And there are some objects that are missing. And you need to be able to know how to generate a SQL statement to recreate those objects in the other database. If you don't even understand the fundamental of SQL, you wouldn't be able to know how to generate those SQL statements and where to find them. So there are many things that a DBA would need to do. They might not be the table that were created for like HR jobs and stuff, but they might be like some base tables that are owned by CIS or by CSOCs, base tables that are owned by CIS or by CSOCs and other tables, right? So if you don't know how to be able to generate those SQL statements, your database will crash, or you might have some errors because you were not able to do a good upgrade, a correct upgrade from one software to another. So I'm just giving you guys an example because, okay, I think here it's good to set the line size. Okay, so what line size? I'm gonna give you an example. So if I set line size to 20, you will see that it's going to be very small. It might stop here. Okay. Right, as I just said, the line size. I'm just going to copy that so I don't have to do it every time. Okay, set line size 20, right? Now you see?
Oh, so line size is pretty much like setting the row, like the length of the page or the width of the page.
Right, exactly. It's like setting the width of the page, exactly. So you see that it's very narrow, right? Very small, right?
Yeah.
And it would be very hard to read a table when it looks like that, right? So what we want to do is to set it, let's set line size to 100. Even 100 is not enough. Even 100 is not enough, you see? It stops here. So from here to here, we have 100, right? So you see that we can add another 100, right? So I'm going to set line size to 100, and then issue the select statement again. You see now it looks much better, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Set line size 200. But here the salary is, you see the salary is, you can see the salary, right? We cannot see it because the size is too, yes, because it's encrypted, because it's reduced. So what you want to do is to change the column and make it a little bit bigger. So column,
it's encrypted because it's what?
because it shrinks, right? The width of that column is shrinked. So there are some values that cannot be displayed. So that's why it looks like that. So if I increase it to, let's say, A15, I forgot format again.
Format.
Oh no, okay. Yes. HR dot employees. I think it's coming from the commission percentage. The commission percentage, yes. Okay, let me change the commission percentage as well. Yes. Let me change the line size again to 250. Okay. Change that.
No, you said that wrong. You select only omission. You're supposed to select commission.
It's not case sensitive.
Mango Naguya Sunday.
It's okay. See.
How are you?
You still can see it.
Emerald,
Yes.
you have to exit and start back a new brown table. No matter what you do now, it's this for the table.
It's what?
It's not gonna fix it. You just have to exit and start a new brown table. Once like that, no matter how you set it back, it's not adjusting.
So why is it that way?
No, normally you can fix it. It depends on the right format that you put, but that can take you a while. So it's just better to just exit and come back. But you can fix it. Let me just use this. You see what I used this morning, so it should work.
But Emma, are you doing this just for the purpose of teaching, or?
Excuse me?
I said, are you doing it just for the purpose of teaching? Because I really do not find a need for it. Like when I select all, my screen comes. I do what I want to do. That's good.
We see the need for it,
It's
we
easier
need it.
to read
You
it.
don't take.
Because like the things
No, I'm
overlap.
saying she's doing it for the purpose of teaching. Okay, sorry.
You don't see that it's better to read it like this than when you have like columns on top of each other?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to do that since it's a DB1 boy.
Emerald,
Yes.
for example, on this table, then so if you're like you want to do it on another table, how will you determine what like the sizes you're putting out here? Is it you just gonna be doing try by until you gain the real size?
No, you can just count. For example, here for phone number, you can see that phone number, you can count how much you have here. This looks like 3, 3, 10, 11, 12. So you can just put 12 for that one. You know that phone number is not supposed to be past 12, right? So you can just put A12 here. Same for the date, right? You have 6,
you are using
7.
it up now. That is because you have already adjusted it, right? That's why you can easily read it that you said 12 or like that.
Yes, but that's because
not yet adjusted.
Before adjusting it, that's how I was able to put the values that I know that would be able to line it all in one line, right? I did it this morning, so it's not like I kept it for years now. So it's based on the table, and every table are different. Each table is different.
What about here? Where we have email? If you want to, how many lines will you like check? Because emails now, you have different emails. So how would you do that? What?
Exactly. For email, it's better to just leave it as long as possible. I mean, yeah, not too long, but maybe A25. Because some emails are
like
really long.
My own is about 32.
And then, okay.
What should I do?
So in other words, when you're reducing it, you also have to take in consideration of the heading of the table. Because I see like employee ID, there are only three numbers there, but then just the heading itself is pretty long.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Or what you can do, you can use as. Instead of employee ID, you can use as. Right?
What
You
did
can
you
use an
say?
alias. You can use an alias,
I don't
right?
understand.
That's why we use aliases, right? You can just use an alias for that one, like EMP and stuff. So it
EMP
doesn't look
or
as
ID.
long. Yes. Okay. So this is the table that we have. So what we want to do is create a SQL statement that would prompt a user to enter a date from the first date and then the last date from for each let me rephrase that. Okay, what we want to do here is to create a SQL statement that would prompt the user to enter the beginning, the start date to the end date, right? The start date and then the end date, in able to view all the people that were hired from, let's say, 2006 to 2008, right? So you want to create that SQL statement. We will do that on Puri, but you guys will be doing it on SQL Developer for the assignment. You guys good? Okay, let's say we have a long table, right? We have a table where we have people were hired since 1977 all the way until 2019. But you're doing a research and you want to know who are the people, how many people were hired from 2006 to 2008, right? So you want to restrict, you want to be able to restrict the table. Now, it's not just, that table is not, that statement is not just for you. It's for any user that would come in and try to do like a study or statistics or whatever to compare the people that were hired from a point in time to another point in time. So this is the SQL statement that we want to create. Anyone has an idea?
Yeah, but I have a question, Evero. You say we are not going to do that in
What's up?
Puri. You say we are going to do that in SQL Developer. Where is the SQL Developer? I don't know that.
Really?
Issue.
We did it last class. SQL Developer
Okay,
is right here.
okay, I will go back to the video. Sorry, I'm fine. It's good.
You were not here? SQL Developer is right here. Last class we did it.
Might be the way you pronounce it.
No, I have a video. I will go back and check.
Really?
Sorry, it's fine.
Yes, please do so. We showed you how to install it, and if you don't have it, you can just download it. Okay, so we want to get that prompt. So you want to select all from HR that employees. Where? Any ID? Did you guys hear the scenario, right?
Yeah, where higher date.
Right.
Between. You said what date again?
No, we don't specify a date. You're prompting, we want to prompt each user to enter a specific date.
Oh, it's a year?
No. We want to prompt each user to enter the date on their own. You see what I mean?
What do you mean each user?
Oh, you have to use the
date on their
ampersand.
Right. You want to use the ampersand sign. If just using the ampersand like this is going to work, let's see. Between
I don't understand what you say. You want each user to use it to enter his own date. I don't understand that part.
Okay, let me give you an example, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this is not really DBA. This is more like developer. Let's say, for example, you are asked to create a script that would allow each user to be able to enter a date from a point in time to a point in time to have access to all the employees that were hired from 2006 to 2008, right? So you don't want to select all from employees who were hired there equals what you want it to be, because you're not the one to specify. The users that will have access to the table would be the one specifying from what time to what time they would like to want to know who are the people who were hired, right, from 2006 to 2008. Are you following?
Okay.
No.
So is it, I think the ampersand should be at the end of the SQL. So maybe between,
At the end?
I think so. Well,
this is
ampersand higher underscore date. Then you open parentheses. No?
No. Okay, I'm just going to do it so that it can make sense. But I cannot do it on SQL Developer because I didn't do it with them with the morning class on SQL Developer.
Okay.
But it's basically the same SQL statement. Okay, so from and to, right? Select all from HR where higher date between from and to. So it will allow you to prompt from what date. You'll be able to enter a specific date. Okay, the user will be able to come and say, and write down, okay, I want to have information from July 2004 to June 2008. You see what I mean?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, now I got you now.
Now it makes sense, right?
Yeah, now it makes sense. Now, this is where you were trying to explain each user to enter his or her own date, right?
Yes.
All right, okay.
Okay. Now we are going to start, let's say, actually you can put any date you want. You don't need, it doesn't need to be what's in the table, right? Because it knows, it follows the, okay, let's say January 1st of 2006 to January 1st of 2008, right? Did you guys notice that here we didn't use the strings like last time? So it depends on if you are.
I think last time we didn't either.
No, last time we did use strings.
Yeah, we did with the strings.
Last time we.
Yes. No, remember we had an issue. We kept doing with the string and it wouldn't work, and then we tried without the string and it worked.
No, it was with semicolon.
No, it was a semicolon.
Oh, okay.
I will show you the SQL statement so that you can see that we did use strings. Okay, but select all from HR employee were hired. So it allows you, it will prompt, on SQL Developer, it will just prompt and you will just enter from that day to that day. And you can see that January 1st, 2006 is not in a table here. It's not here if you find it. And we could even have put 2019, right? So it will accept any date, right? Not specific, not just the days that are in the table, right? So this is how you do that, but you do that on SQL and you screenshot your screen. Why? You screenshot and you send it, you submit it. Why? So might be, oh, why should we screenshot things? Because this is something that you will be doing a lot. Will be taking screenshot of your screen a lot at work, for example. You will be. So let's just start practicing that already. And then you send it. Okay. So let's continue. So this is good for that one.
Wait, Emre, talking about screenshot. So how are you doing the screenshot?
That's for you to research. You see? That's why I was like, maybe
It's
I
not part
should
of.
include that. That's right.
It's not part of DBA. It's not part of
A
DBA.
DBA must know how to take screenshot. You can ask anyone.
If you don't get that,
Okay.
you don't try.
A computer.
You need to have gunpowder.
Hey, please sit quiet, class. You people should
Yes,
listen.
Mr. Noah, for you, but how you
People know
send that
something.
exam?
Not everybody that knows. Even if I know something, I have to ask.
That's true.
Where does the gun come from?
I'm not like you guys. When you guys know something, you claim that you know something. Meanwhile, you don't even know. So always try to listen if somebody wants to ask, even if it's a silly thing. If you know, you tell the person. If you don't know, you just sit quiet.
On the keyboard of your computer, just press print screen and you save it on the pen.
Thank you very much.
Screenshot, please.
Like seriously, me, I don't know. So
on the keyboard of your computer.
Again? Teacher,
What?
how do you screen?
Okay, I will show you guys. I just want to do this one where higher date. I want to do this one that we did last time. Forgot the equal. So that you can see that for that one, you have to put strings because we didn't put strings for higher date. See, we entered strings and there we have it. We have you see? So it depends on what your SQL statement look like. Okay, so to take screenshot, it depends on your computer, right? For MacBooks, for example, it's different. And for
Toshiba.
Actually, I don't know if I can do for PC, for PCs or for laptops or for Windows, on your keyboard, right? You have print screen. Can you guys see it?
What screen?
On your keyboard, you have print screen.
Where on the keyboard? I don't see any print screen.
Where you see insert, I think.
Well,
You see backspace on top of backspace. I cannot show you my keyboard.
Man, show full screen snip.
I said, well, now hold on. Print
On
screen.
top of backspace. I mean,
I don't have
you can see around insert. Just check your laptop. You will see around insert, like the keyboard before insert.
Yeah, on top of backspace, you have print screen. On top of backspace.
Yep.
Maybe the computers are different. My own did not come.
You have
TCSC. Yeah, right.
Or you download the snipping tool.
He doesn't even need that. He can just print screen and then you open something like Word.
Save to OneDrive.
Okay, I need to exit from this.
PRTSC.
Let's open
Bello.
Word.
Bello.
Yeah.
PRTSC.
No, my other now.
And then you paste it.
My other now for this thing.
My own on top of PRTSC, the button shows N. It's written the N.
You see it's right here now. You see on top of backspace, you have backspace, right? On top of the backspace, just above backspace, you have PRT space SC. If you bought your computer in the US, right?
Mine in the US.
Then try to find the French button for that. I don't know what it is.
I'm not French.
Or go to Google.
Yeah, just go to Google. And then it will print, it will copy, and then you paste it, right? And then you just put it here. Something like that. And there you have it. This is something that DBA do a lot because sometimes you might have an error that is beyond you. So you would just take a screenshot to send to your team or to send to Oracle support for them to fix it if your database has an issue. So this is a common practice. So make sure you know how to do it. Okay, let's move on.
Tomorrow.
And okay, so we're good for that. Also, yes, the question from
One more time.
Assignment two. Okay, how to do this in one, right? These two. Okay, before that, there is one thing that I need to show you because you guys will be doing it. Okay, there are two ways to insert into a table. There are two ways to insert into a table by using one command, one SQL statement. This is the first one. This is the first one, and this is the second way of doing it. So depending on how comfortable you are with it, maybe I should just remove it and do it.
Wait, what does all that mean?
Yeah, that's exactly why I want to remove it so that we can do it together. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to insert into, okay, instead of HR, because HR is long, let's use another table. Okay, this is actually, okay, instead of HR, let's use HR.region since it's a small table. Select all from HR.region. How do I always keep forgetting this from? HR.region. Okay, so we have Europe, America, Asia, Middle East, and Africa, right? So we are going to add two regions. So there are two ways of doing it. I'm going to put it here. So we have the option to insert into the table, HR.region. There are two options. There is the option where we insert where we put values like the regular way, but the thing with that one is that it's kind of long and I don't like it. So let me look at the table again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me describe the structure. Okay, any number, that's good. Okay, based on this, I think I can figure out to do it. Okay, so we want to add a 5th region and we want to name it Africa. Now, the thing with this is that we are going to start again from into, right? So we are adding into HR.region.
Wow.
Right. Wait, what are you doing?
You see what I'm saying? I want to, I'm inserting 4 new rows into that table.
Okay. Okay.
Emera, could you do it on the same line, like without coming down? Like after the
Yeah,
Africa. Sorry?
Yeah, you can. Just put space.
All right. A comma before the space or no?
No space, no comma. Did you see a comma? Now there is a table that is called Duo. That table is accessible. Any user can have access to it. So let's describe Duo. Okay, so you can see the structure of dual is just null and varchar 2, 1. Let's select all from dual. Okay, this is basically that table, right? So you can see that it only has one column and it only has one row, sorry, with a value X, right? So why do we use select all from dual? We use select all from dual because if you want to insert data into a specific table, right? If you want to insert multiple data into a specific table, but we cannot do it. For example, we cannot duplicate HR, that department. You guys know that. It wouldn't allow you because of the primary key. We can't. So in cases like that, HR that department, you cannot duplicate. And I'm pretty sure that HR that region 2, you cannot duplicate.
Okay.
Because of the primary key. You cannot just have 2, 1, 1 twice, right? So, are we good? So we use select that dual because everything we select from that table would be returned the same. You see, for example, if I select insert to these values, and I select all from dual, everything that I put here, this one, 5 and the row 5 and Africa, 6 and Africa, 7 and Africa, 8 and Africa, right? Everything would be returned the same. So all of these columns would be created in that table in HR.region.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So it just allows you to return the value the way it is. Make sense? Anyway, you guys will, the more you practice it, the more it will make sense. So that's why we feel, yes.
I have a little question. I don't know. On this table, the dual table you just desk now, right?
Yes.
For example, I understand on the region side, like inserting the data here, if you want to add data. For example, now on one table, if you are being asked to add maybe something on it, so data in the table, like just how are you going to do that since it has just one row on it, one column?
Exactly. We are not inserting it in that. We are using it to insert to another. Like there are some SQL statement, right, that would require you to add the SQL statement. For example, insert all. When you use the insert all, you have to have select. Even for that one, for insert into, when you want to add multiple value, you need to specify select.
Okay.
Right? Actually, this one should have, this one is insert all. Actually, it's not insert into. This one is insert all. Right? So when you insert all into the region, the HR.region, you need to have a dummy table like that one. It doesn't have to be that. You can create another one with a different name, but you need to make sure that that table is empty and that whatever value you put inside will be returned the same. Are we good? So the constant here that we have here, the constants here, would be returned exactly the same. Okay, let's take an example. We insert all into HR.region. We select 5, 6, 7, 8, and let's select all from HR.region. You think it will work? You guys think it will work? You said yes?
Yes.
You think it will work? Why? Why? This is the table HR.region, right? Okay, you think it will work? Okay.
Insert all.
Oh, from.
Oh,
it's from. Okay, that's not the. Okay, let me do it again. How do I keep forgetting from today? This is just crazy. Okay, what is the error that you're getting? We talked about primary keys here in this class, right? In DB1. We talk about composite keys and we talk about foreign keys. So you see that here you have the primary key here that is region ID. So you cannot have two region ID 1, two region ID 2, two region ID 3, or two region ID 4. So there is nothing you can insert in that table again in that other table because it would violate the unique constraint. You see?
Can you say that again?
What I'm saying is the primary key of that table, right? HR.region, HR.region. The primary key is region underscore ID, right?
Right.
So there is nothing you can select from that table, and you cannot duplicate that table. Try to duplicate like we did for HR.employees. You see, you cannot duplicate. So
because the primary key.
Because it's the primary key, exactly. You cannot have 2, 1. You cannot have 2, 2. You cannot have 2, 3. So there is nothing from that table, HR.region, that you can add into HR.region again because it would violate the unique constraint.
Right.
Right? Some tables are created with unique constraints, some tables are not. That table is, I think HR department too is. We good?
No.
No.
So how are we gonna insert?
This is exactly, that's why we need the dual table. That table you can see has nothing in it. Right? So it's just as X here, so that every value we enter inside will just return the same. Any constant that goes through that table will just be returned the same. So that we select, we use select all from dual, right? Everything we put here, 5, all the columns that are created here, or the rows, sorry, are created here will just be added into HR.region. Don't know if it makes sense. Make sense?
If I understand, the select all from HR regions which you put at the end is because you are creating it. You want to do it in another table. So whenever you are in HR regions and you want to do it, it should return things, right? The same thing that you did. Side.
I'm not sure I'm following.
Did you get me?
No.
What I was trying to say is you explained that we are trying to create, we are going to do it now with the dual table, right? In the dual table. So I was asking, so if I understood, the select all from HR.regions before the semicolon is there because we are doing it in the dual table. I want to understand, like, if we have.
That was just an example, but
it was possible, right?
If what is possible?
If it was possible for us, if it was possible to do it in the HR regions, like to duplicate,
it would go through.
Are we still going to use the statement?
If it was possible, it would go through. But because of the unique constraint, we cannot do it. If it was, this is just select like you guys did for duplication, right? This is just regular select all from, right? But since we cannot do it, then
Do you need to include it with that sequel? Can you just take out that sequel and put like the semicolon after the parentheses?
Okay, you just want to put the parentheses here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
It won't go.
It won't go, indeed. Missing select statement. You see, I told you guys that the all goes with select. If you put all, you need to make sure that it for a select is coming, right? So so that it allows you to return the value. Now, there is a SQL statement that does exist, but it doesn't exist on Oracle, PuTTY and stuff. It only exists on MySQL.
Oh.
It's in MySQL. You can only do that on SQL. This is the statement. You see like this, you just put comma. Sorry, comma. Okay, where's comma? Comma, right? And then you remove into HR that region values, right? So you just put comma and then you put the next one and then comma and then the next one and then comma and then the next one. You don't put into anything. And this is what you use for MySQL, but it doesn't apply to PuTTY Oracle in general.
Oh, yeah, I remember asking this question, like being able to insert 2 rows at the same time.
Yeah.
So this would be the only way to do it.
No, there are 2 ways. This is one way. Actually, there are 3 ways. But we are doing SQL fundamentals, so there are 2 ways to do it with SQL. Actually, there are many ways to do it with SQL fundamentals.
One would be enough for me.
Yeah, I will give you guys 2 so you guys can pick between 2. So dual just returns the value the same. It just returns the value, the constant, the same.
Oh, you have to remove the semicolon you added.
Oh,
no, she removed the select all from HR.region and she put the dual.
Right, and I put the dual. Now this one should work. You see, 7 ways created. Now let's select all from HR.region. Okay, let me do it right. Select all from HR.region, order by region underscore ID. Okay, that's better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. You see, we have everything. So this is one way of doing it, but it's not my favorite way of doing it. I have a way that I like to. I think it's easier. It would be easier for you guys.
Even me, it's not. This one is not my favorite.
So I want to know result.
So can you create, insert, and duplicate in the same SQL?
Yeah, we'll do that later. We'll do that. Right? We are going to do it this time, one step at a time. Because I want you guys to do the same because this one is coming in the assignment. So that's why I want you guys to be able to know how to do it. I think it's coming. I think I put it. I'm not sure. I think I did.
You said it's coming when you already issued the assignment, and you said it's coming in the assignment, and you think.
I already submit, but I think it's in there. It must be. I think. Okay. So the other way, I think for me is easier. So.
MRI.
Yes.
Please, before you move to the other way, can I ask a quick question with the unique constraint value?
Sure.
I was wondering, like with the unique constraint, we had the 5, 6, 7, 8, but in the HR.region, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So why did they not insert, even though it's kind of increasing? 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not the same like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not like we're having 2 1s, 2 2. You see how we have
where do we have where we have unique constraint? Let's go back there because I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Where is it? I'm pretty sure you talked about it, but it's better to see so that you can make more sense. Here.
Yeah.
Here, right? Exactly. It's because we selected all from HR.region.
Yes.
So since we selected all from HR.region, it means that all the values that are in HR.region would be returned and inserted back again, but we cannot do that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You see?
So without the select all, it's gonna go through?
No, we tried that too here. Where did we try it? Here. It says missing the select statement, missing select. When we insert all, it needs to be followed by the select keyword.
Okay.
Right? Yes.
Also, I noticed that in that SQL statement, like insert all, you didn't use the asterisk. Does that, like, when do you know that you have to actually use the ALL? versus the asterisk.
ARL?
ALL.
Oh, that's different. It's different. It's actually different. It's not it's different.
So over here you cannot use the asterisk.
No, the asterisk means like everything from the table, but here it's like it's an operator. It's like and or that we were using, you know. So we are not inserting everything.
Oh, okay.
You see, it's like an operator that allows you to insert data, multiple data into a table at once. So it's an operator. Don't see it as equal to that. It's not the same thing.
Okay.
Right? It's not the same. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, the second way of doing it is insert. That one is easy. I think you guys will like that one better. Insert into chart, that region, open the parentheses. Okay, we're going to keep adding data, same data. Select, we have 9. Baba Africa. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 more. Okay, so select 10, 11. Oh, I skipped 9.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Baba Africa. Baba Africa. Gaba Africa. Daba Africa. Okay. So we have these 4. Okay. Now we are going to learn some new comments that you guys are going to be using for your assignment. Okay, we could just it could just go like this, right? But we cannot, because remember, we want to return these values, 9 and Baba Africa, we want it to be returned the same. So we want to use the dummy table again, dual. So we are going to select from dual. That one here too, from dual. And here too, from dual. And here too, from dual, right?
Dual.
Now, do you think that this equal statement would just go through?
I doubt it.
The morning student gave a really good answer. That made sense.
Insert, but I don't think it's gonna go through.
Why? You guys can handle it, I know.
Maybe I haven't seen anywhere like for example, the one we did before. At the end, we had to do select all from.
Yeah, all from view.
But now I haven't seen anything that you're trying to select all from after running it.
Yeah, we are selecting in each one. Each one of the time is selected. So we don't select, we select one row from dual, and then we compute it and we put it into region.
I think it's gonna go through.
It's gonna go through.
You know why?
Why?
Because like the first one is set into HR.region.
Let me make it full screen so that you guys can actually see the table itself.
Okay, the first one that says select.
That one.
Yes, the select
Look at
9
it.
comma Baba Africa like you are doing it like individually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are doing it like you are doing like individually, like a separate sequence statement.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna go through because the select stuff from dual that you did, you have already done it for all of them here.
Right.
Right. So I don't need select all from dual at the end. You're
Exactly.
right. You're absolutely right. But you think it's going to go?
What select all from dual has to do, you have already done it by putting from dual.
It will not go through.
It will go through.
Why?
It will not go through.
You need to add union at the end.
Hey, someone
I'm not
At the
sure.
end of dual. At the
what?
end of dual, you have you need to add union.
Add more Maggi.
Why are you adding union? I don't know.
Someone cheated.
Let's
No.
eat it.
But we saw it. We saw it when you show at the first time.
Yes.
Just say, oh, why?
We just want to think it logically. That's why.
Exactly. It's because, okay, so normally you would expect a comma here, right? You would expect a comma. This is what I was expecting as an answer. You should put comma, right? Because we want to separate between both because they're not separated. You can see here. This is the answer I got from the morning. So you see, like, it's not separated. So it would just be like, if it's in one line, it looks weird. Select 9, Verb Africa from dual. That just looks weird, right?
Yes.
But the thing is that it doesn't accept comma. You cannot put comma because you can see that you already have commas here, right? You have comma here. So this is one column we have here. And we select from dual. So this is one SQL statement. And we want to unite that SQL statement to the following SQL statement. So that's why we put union, right? We are connecting that SQL statement, right? That entry to the next entry so that it can be like one entry. That's following. So that's why we put union and union again.
Union.
Go back union.
Union again. Should I put union here?
No.
No.
Why?
Because you're not connecting it to anything.
Exactly. It's like comma. Like people who put comma after the last read log. Right? Okay.
I make a quick question, please.
Yes.
So what if for the first case, for the first select 9, like after the dual, you just put semicolon and run it. Is it gonna go through like without a union?
If we just put comma?
No, I'm saying like if you just put semicolon after the dual,
if you want to run it single,
it will go
you want to
through.
run one after another.
It will go through. If you just put, it would go through.
And Emerald, what about you? The last bracket you close and the semicolon. What if you take it up to the last dual? It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. You need to close the parentheses, right?
That's not what it's asking.
What is he asking?
The last tab Africa from dual, he said like if you close it there and you put a semicolon.
Yeah.
Oh, we can. You mean like here?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing.
That way, like bringing it down, it's another confusion. No.
Okay, my bad.
We know once you end it like this, you just have to close it and then semicolon is good. Like bring it down again, complicated.
Okay, so it's less confusing, right?
Yeah. So it's good this way.
Okay.
This is the method I was saying. This is my best method.
I know,
like
right?
The first one better.
Nah, the first one is
like the first.
Yes, I like the first one.
No, this is the one I'm using always. I've been using.
You've been using.
That's good. That's exactly why I brought 2 because some people their brain might click more with one, and for others it might click more with one. For me, I like the second one better. I feel like it's.
I think the second one is kind of confusing because like when you're inserting, it's like if you miss. Like, okay, if you put the 9 and all those numbers into strings, is Is there a difference or?
No, you can put 9 in between strings as well.
Okay.
It's not because there are unique values or numbers, you don't need to put strings, but you can put strings if you want, of course. Okay. Now let's select again from HR.region, order by region. And there we have it, right? Africa, Africa, Bab Africa, Mama Africa, and all that. So we're good. So these are the 2 options that you have. There are other options where you can create procedures and all that, but this is just extra. You don't need all that. We are going to be DBAs not. We are DBAs, not developers. So we are good. For that one, it's good. And the next one is, okay, the question that Anita has been asking. So let's go for it. Okay, so actually, normally, you were supposed to do question 3 with the DB link, but don't worry about it because you will be doing DB links for the assignment that I sent you guys. It's just that since we so many DB links for assignment 1, I didn't want you guys to do too many DB links. So it was like a little break. And okay, so let's copy let's create and copy at the same time.
Don't give any break. We want to do it, the DB link. We'll do it.
You do it.
Okay. You guys have DB links here. Let me see what are the questions. The assignment.
Wait, so the first part to duplicate was supposed to be done in via the DB link.
How about DB link
That's what
here?
you
So
mean.
don't worry. Excuse me?
The second part?
Yeah, the duplication was supposed to do it with the DB link. But
Okay.
I know that you guys can do it because we did something almost like that last time. We did a lot of DB links, right?
Yes, I will
So
use the DB link to do that.
Yeah, that's what we did first.
Yes,
Although
all
it
the way
didn't
to
specify.
create tables using the DB link, right? You guys did that.
Yes.
So that's why I want it to be a little bit different. If you can create tables with DB links, I mean, there's nothing you cannot do at this point. So, okay, with DB links. So let's do that with one SQL statement. And of course, it will work with DB links as well. So you want to create a...
You made us do the assignment twice.
No, because...
Why not? It's good.
Emma, you gave a disclaimer that we should not use the DB link.
Because we first did it with the DB link, and we show you, say we don't have to use DB link.
Exactly.
You made us do the assignment again without the DB link.
I didn't do twice. So
you thanked me when you were taking
You didn't, because you didn't do the second one. She asked that the second that we should do it without the DB link, so we were supposed to do it again. So if you didn't do it twice, she chose not to, but she said that.
Yeah, I know I say that.
All right.
But it's good. It's good for practice now. Okay. Now, you want to create, actually for that one, I didn't even know I could do it. I did some extensive research to find it. So,
wow,
let's do it. Yeah, I tried some. Actually, I got inspired by the sequence fundamental that I sent you guys. Or is it? Yeah, that one. I think this one is very, if you can have some time, just read it. It's really great. I didn't find the answer from here, but I got inspired to use it. It's very great. This document is just, it's great, honestly.
You sent it?
I sent it to all of you in DB1. You guys have it. But I'm sure that only maybe Renalda read it.
Can you resend?
I know.
Really? I sent it in DB1. Are you kidding me? Like,
I swear, I cannot find it anywhere. I've searched.
I know, you know, at times you get confused and send it to the morning student thinking you have sent it to the
No. I know I sent it to Natalie. I know I sent it to Estelle. I know I sent it to the Silver Spring leader, to the Lanham group leader. I know I sent it to you guys. The evening.
Okay. Did you tell them to give it to us? Maybe they did not show.
I know, because Emma, you didn't send it to Lana Solution.
Because trust me, I've
let's
never
create a
received anything
table.
like that. I cannot even remember receiving anything or seeing it. I've not seen it.
Just search your group messages. I think you have it.
Oh, really?
You've not seen this? This
No.
one. Okay, let me go to the first page. Maybe you forgot. You don't read. This one, Oracle SQL Fundamentals Exam Guide.
It's exam. Ah.
Yeah, OCA Oracle 11G. You see that you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course you have it.
When I saw the exam now, I thought it was not exam. It was just.
You've not read it.
Okay. Okay, now let's do it. Let's do it. So you want to create table. Okay, you want to create a table. You have demo already?
He said he has everything.
I don't think.
know.
No, I don't think he does.
He has demo.
Did you
The
grant
table or the person? The user.
Is demo a table or a user?
Demo is not supposed to be a table.
It's a user.
It's the user only, a schema.
He has the
So
user demo.
I'll just select off from
no, first we want to create a table as demo, right? In this assignment, we're supposed to create it as demo, not as system or sys, right? So we want to grant the necessary privileges.
Have you checked to see if the demo exists already and the rest?
Yeah, demo exists. I'm pretty sure. He said he did it. Why would she lie?
It's a he.
Okay, grant select on HR.employees to demo. So this is what you guys were supposed to do, is to grant a privilege to demo, grant resource. Grant resource to demo and grant connect to demo. Then you want to connect as demo. Okay, now connected as demo, you want to create a table.
Emerald, please, I have a question.
Yes.
Actually, he granted select any table to demo. Does it matter granting again grant select?
Yeah, it matters. Yes, it matters. This morning we had this conversation. Yes, it matters. You cannot grant unnecessary privileges. Don't forget the system of least privilege. It looks like nothing, but it's actually taken very seriously. Right? It looks like nothing because we just grant DBAs, but you should not grant privilege that you were not asked to grant to a user that the user shouldn't have.
So Emma, can you revoke DBA privilege?
Yes, you revoke DBA from a user, right?
Okay. Because I did it as I granted the DBA privilege.
That's really wrong. That's really wrong.
We can take.
If Prof was here, he would be screaming, shouting at you like, "How can you grant DBA? You were not asked to grant DBA, right?" So we want to specifically grant the object, specific object. Okay, so let's create a table. Create table. How you call it? Employees. No, you already have employees, so let's call it test temp. Create table test temp as select all from HR.employees. Okay, with that SQL statement, we create a table that would look exactly as HR.employees, right, with 107 rows, but we want to duplicate.
Oh yeah, you
right?
want to change the name, like rename it.
No, we don't want to rename it. We just want to duplicate the row, the number of rows. So instead of 107, we have 214, right?
Yes.
So we are going to use union, again, union, to unite the two SQL statements. We have select all from HR employees, and then we are going to union all select all from HR.employees. You see? Okay, let me actually put it in directly in the notepad so that we can see it from there. What is it?
You already have it there, right?
I have it there?
Well,
Yeah,
the
down
last,
there.
yeah, all the way down. Oh, that's a different one.
Actually, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Whatever.
Well, the name of the table is different.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the thing because we did it this morning. So, okay. So create table, temps, blah, blah, blah. So you guys can, it was to show you the contrast, like the same. You see like union, we connected. Union, we connect both. You have a SQL statement here and you have a SQL statement here. So union allows you to connect both, put both together so that it would add the columns, the rows. So X or Y. And if you check count from test temp.
Oh, there's one T.
One T, okay. Thank you. Okay, 214, right? Now in the assignment that is due on Monday, it's not duplicate, but triplicate, right? So
you do union twice.
Yeah, you follow the same logic. It's the same logic.
Wait, so the second union is going to come after the employees?
Yes, it's like we did here. It's the same logic we did. You see like union once, union twice, union 3 times. So you follow the same logic. After union, you put the select statement, and then after from select from employees, you see like here is from dual, and then you add the union again, and then you select.
Wait, okay, so from this SQL that you have right here, so after before the semicolon that you put there, you're just going to add a select all from HR.employees. No, actually, you're going to put the union or select all from HR.employees.
Yes. Right. You good?
Yes.
I have a question now. So for for the second SQL that you showed us on inserting on HR.regions, instead of putting like union, dual union, can you put like union all at the end? Like
yes, you can also use union all, but I think that right. You can put union all if you like.
No, I mean like before the semicolon. Can you just remove all those and then put union all right there?
Where? Here.
After the close parentheses.
Here.
Yeah. After.
No, you're connecting it to what? Here.
No, after it is not going to work.
After what?
Like if I can. No, before the semicolon. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. So if you put union all, because like from what I'm reading from this SQL, the second one that you put right there, well, the recent one that you put right there, it says like you create all the tables and then you union all the tables, like all the columns in there. You understand what
in here, right? Here.
Yeah.
No, this one is a connector, right? It allows you to connect both this one and that one.
SQL. Okay. It doesn't. Okay.
Yes.
It doesn't.
It allows you to connect both, right?
Okay.
You also have join, and you guys will be using join for your assignment. That's the only thing that might be a bit tough. You'll be using join and union and cross join. So that would be good to do with some research on that. And
what does join do?
joins tables.
Join is to join.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the joiner, right? Exactly.
Of course.
Okay.
So I also see natural join. Is that something? Natural join. Like, yeah, on the the bottom.
You're not supposed to see that.
Oh.
Yeah. It's because I cannot see the bottom of my screen. I cannot see it. But yeah, natural join will basically multiply. So it's not really a good option.
Okay.
Unless you have a dummy table that would allow you to duplicate it twice, right? That would return the value twice. You can use a natural join for that, but otherwise, no, it's not really a good idea, right? So I think we're good for now. I cannot see the bottom of my own screen. Okay, natural join. Okay. This is also an option. But if I use natural join, you'll see that it will give you like a really, really, really long table. I think you see when I was testing. Okay. So it's 47. Let's just start with
Please mute your Fino, please.
Okay, let's start.
Give me the host, please. Give me the host. I'm going to take over that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Emerald, excuse me, please. Could you go back to the last question we're just doing, please? The question.
Which question?
The one we're duplicating, and you said they should do everything to be exactly like the HR table, right? With I think 107 rows.
Yes, 214.
Oh, it was 240. Okay, all right. Then because I wanted to ask, like, how can we check that to see if after duplicating we had the same rows?
What? Okay, you want to select all to see?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, to see if after duplicating we had the same row like what they told us to have.
That's gonna be hard to find.
From what's the name of the table again?
HR.employees. Oh yeah.
I keep forgetting from today. That's wrong.
Because you have from.
Okay, you see, you have rows here that are clearly duplicated.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Emma, please, what's the secret to revoke DBA privilege? I'm stuck.
Revoke DBA from the user.
All right. Okay, cool.
Revoke.
Okay, from, not on.
No, not on. SQL is like English a little bit, so it's like makes sense. Okay.
Well, you know, some of us are from the area, so we don't know English well.
And the problem to that.
Emma, please, I have a question.
Oh.
Using the between, when using a between, can we put names? For example, can I select first name, hire date from HR.employees, where the first name, for example, where the first name starts with A and ends with maybe H. Is it possible?
And you want to use between for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's possible if you order it by the last name, so that it's done in alphabetical order. You can do that.
Okay.
Okay, actually, we were done with this, so let's go back all the way back to the top. Boom. Manipulating data. Okay. We'll skip through it very quickly because it's really, it's not, I mean, you guys know already that. After completing this lesson, you should be able to do the following. Describe each data manipulation language, DML statement, insert rows into a table, update rows in a table, delete rows, and table, control transactions. Okay. You guys already know that.
Fast.
Adding new row, you guys know that. Are you trying to tell me that you don't know how to describe data? You don't know how to insert row into a table. You don't know how to update. You don't know how to delete. Maybe you don't know how to delete or control transactions. So we are going to skip through a little bit and then go straight down there. But I'm going to stop. I know what you guys already know, so I'm not going to spend too much time on explaining what you guys know. Okay, a DML statement is executed when you add new rows to a table, modify existing rows in a table, remove existing rows from a table. The transaction consists of a collection of DML statements that form a logical unit of work. Okay. Adding a new row to a table, you know how to do that. Let's move on. Insert into table, right? You can specify the column if you want. You cannot specify the column if you want. But if you don't specify the column names, you have to insert each value, right? You have to insert value in every single column. But if you specify, then it will allow you to put values in the column that was specified. So inserting new rows. So insert into department, you specify the name of the column and you specify the values. If anyone has a question, of course, you can always stop me. Right. I just skip through it fast because I know that you guys know that. Implicit method, omit the column from the column list. So here you can see that the column was explicit method specified or no. Okay, here it's implicit, right? So we insert into department, we specify the name of the column and the values. So we have 30 and purchasing, 30 goes into department ID and department name purchasing. Now explicit, or you can specify the null keywords in the values clause. So for that one, you see that we directly put insert into department. We didn't specify the name of the columns and we inserted the values and we just put null. Now, can you just put null anywhere?
Not at all.
Nope.
No, exactly. Is null the same as blank or space?
No.
No.
That's the difference.
Right.
That's the difference.
What's the difference?
Yes.
Okay, so null means it doesn't unavailable, it doesn't exist, it's unfound.
Okay.
Why if you use space or blank, it therefore means there's a possibility that a data could be inserted into it.
Right, that's good. Exactly. Blank is like a data type, even though it's not there, but it means that something. But if it's null, it means that the value is null, right? Meaning not available, not exactly.
Not applicable.
That's very, very good, Bello. Okay, implicit. Omit the column from the column list. Explicit, specify the null keyword in the values list. Okay, now let's move on. Describe comment, The describe comment, desk, which should not be confused with, there is another desk command. You guys remember the desk command that we saw last class actually, on Monday, 2 days ago?
Sorry.
You guys forgot? Descend, DESC for descend and ASC for ascend, right? To list things in ascending order or descending order.
Yes.
So we have 2 desks, but they are different. Okay. Desk, nest. Inserting special values, sysdate. Okay. So we use the sysdate function to enter. It will automatically enter the specific date when you are inserting data into the table, right? So instead of going and check your calendar, you can just use sysdate and the table, the actual date would be added, right? The current date. Okay, you can use the functions to enter special values in the table. The slide example record information for employee pop in the employees table. It supplies the current date and time in the higher date column. It uses the sysdate function that returns the current date and time of the database server. You may also use the current underscore date function to get the current date in the section time zone. You can also use the user function when inserting rows in the table. The user function records the current username. So let's move on. Okay, inserting specific date and time values. Okay, this allows you to, sorry. Okay, so here you can see that the format is being specified. So you see that it's month, day, year. You can also have the format year, day, month, or year, month, day. So you can see that you can specify the date and the date format. Okay. Now we use the ampersand substitution in the SQL statement to prompt for values. In this case, I think it was generated from a script. So a script was run, and then you had the 4 windows that just popped up. Okay, creating a script. You guys know how to create a script, so I'm not worried about that, right? We all know how to create a script, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait. So hold on. So there is telling us how to create a script with the ampersand sign. To
it's basically telling, yeah, you know how to create a SQL statement with ampersand, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means you can create a script with it as well. If you know how to use it, then whatever you put in the SQL file, you should be able to run it. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, let's move on. Copying rows from another table. Write your insert statement with a subquery. Insert into blah blah. Select employee blah blah from employees where job underscore ID like. Okay, copying rows from another table. This is what you guys did for assignment 2, right? So this is exactly what you guys did. Insert into, select from, this is exactly what you did. So we don't need to go over it again. Do not use the values clause. This is exactly what you guys did. That's why we go through it so fast, because actually, no, you guys didn't do the assignment for this. Anyway. Okay, lesson agenda. Changing data in a table update statement. I think one of the first time we use SQL was with update statement, right? To update HR, that employees. Okay. Update statement syntax. Modify existing values in the table with the update statement. Update table, set column value where. Okay, we are good with that. If you're not good with that, you can check with your group. But I know that most of you are. Okay. Value for specific row or rows are modified if you specify the where clause, right? When you want to be specific, you use where. When you want to make changes to the entire table, you don't use where, right?
Wait. So could you go up a little? So here, the second one, update copy.input, set department. So every department ID there is going to be 110.
Exactly. Every department ID is going to be 110. All the rows in the table will be updated.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So here you don't need like the all.
Which all?
You don't need to include all, like just to say that you want to change everything.
No, you're updating.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And you can use set column underscore name equals null to update a column value to null. Okay. Updating two columns with a subquery. Okay, this is our next assignment. We're going to be doing that after the break so that I can leave you guys. Try to eat and, I don't know, rest or drink some water. And then when we come back, we will be doing this one. This one can give you a headache. This one. So we will be working on that. And it's also part of the assignment due. So it's good if you can understand it. Once you understand it, you're good. But as long as you don't understand it, it's kind of tough. So we take a 30-minute break, unless you guys want us to finish, and we finish at 9:30. But I'm sure people are already tired. So let's just take a 30-minute break.
Okay.
It's not Prof, it's Emerald.
I know now, you're a new prof now.
Yeah, I know.
Emerald, you're
I'm still
prof.
Emerald.
Emerald, you're a prof. Leave that one.
Emerald say it's not prof. I'm the one. You are not prof. You are teaching us now. You are prof.
I'm still Emerald. Okay, let's continue. We started from updating two columns with subqueries. So update employee 100. Okay, I want you guys to pay attention to the screen. So pay attention to the SQL statement. So we are using subqueries to update the table employee. Wait, that's not the right subquery. I'm sorry, that's not the right one. It's the other one. Okay, that one. Because that one, we are doing it from the same table. We're doing it from the same table, so it's not really what we want to do here. We want to do it from another table, because if you can do the hard one, then the easy one would be very easy. So you can see that we are updating rows from another table, right? So we have a copy of employees, and based on what we have in employees, we update copy underscore EMP. So I want you guys to pay attention to this, and then you let me know when you think you're ready. Try to understand it.
Yeah, bro, let's load that volume a bit.
Anyone understand that table? The SQL statement? If something is confusing, you can ask where it looks confusing, because I want us to do some practice with that. Fali, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you get from this table? From this SQL statement?
You go update the table. It look like you go update the two columns at the same time.
Okay, so what you're saying is that it looks like updating two columns at the same time.
Yeah.
Which columns?
Because
we are not updating two columns at the same time, but you're right. We are using two different I mean, you're partially right. I mean, no, you're not right. But you brought a good point. You can see that we have two different columns here. We have department underscore ID and job underscore ID, right?
Yes,
right.
So these are the two columns that we can see that we update, we set, and then where job underscore ID. So we will use these two columns to make the changes, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So where do you think the change will take place? Do you think the change will take place for the department ID or for the job underscore ID?
I think department ID.
Right.
I think department ID, because we got the semicolon and the department ID, but we got the semicolon.
You're right. The change will be made for the department ID of the user or based on the condition that you will add, but the change will be made for the department ID. You're right. Right? So we know that when we will be executing the SQL statement, we would be looking for the department ID to have changed from one value to another, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Okay. Since I know that this is confusing, we are going to start with the exact SQL statement we have here, and then we will just try to figure out what's actually going on. Okay. So let me increase the screen and then reduce it like that. Okay. So we can actually, okay, more like this. Okay. Okay. So let's first create a table, a duplicate table, a table that looks exactly like HR.employees. Let's call that table test. Okay, create table name with that test. Okay, so the table is created. So we have the table. Now, what we want to do is update that table, right? So let's start. Update the table, demo that test. First thing we want to do is set the department ID. Okay, so by setting the department ID, we want the change to be made in the department ID column, right?
Correct.
Set department underscore ID equals. Now we can see select department ID, right? From employees where employee ID equals 100, right? So the employee ID is 100. So we are going to use the employee ID of 100, right?
Right.
We are going to get the department ID of that employee 100 to make the changes to the what we will use in the where clause. Okay, I know it's not clear, but let's do it. Okay, actually before doing this, okay, let me just Control-C that. Let's first select all from that specific table, demo.test. Okay, and then let's select all from HR.employees. They are the same table, so I want us to view it. Okay, so here it reads, select department ID from employees where employee ID is 100. So the employee is 100, right? Let me open a new page here. Okay. So the employee ID is 100. So let's look for employee ID 100. Let's look for employee ID 100. Where is he? There it is. It's Stephen, right? We're looking for Stephen King, 515, blah, blah. He's the actually president, making a lot of money. Department ID 90. So the department ID of Stephen is 90, and his employee ID is 100. We're good with that, right? So let's paste it here. Okay. So the information that we want, we know that employee ID, this is Stephen. We know that the department ID of Stephen is 90, right? So we are selecting his information, right? So let's issue the SQL statement now. Update. Demo, test, set. Department underscore ID from employees where employee underscore ID equals 100. Okay, so we are going to set the department ID to match, right? The department ID to match the department ID of employee 100 of Stephen, right? Now we want to specify where are we going to make the changes, the department ID changes, right?
Emirate,
Yes.
where employee ID equals 100, does that equal sign? You do not give space. Does that have any problem or is okay?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not space sensitive. It's just to make it look good. Okay. Job underscore ID. Okay. Where job underscore ID equals. Okay. So we want to make the changes for department underscore ID, right? Where job underscore ID equals select job underscore ID from employees where employee underscore ID equals 200. Okay. So before entering the SQL statement, we want to make the changes, right? Make the changes for the department ID of that employee. Employee 200. Who's she? Table of view. Oh, I should have put HR. Let me fix that. Let me quickly fix that. HR.employees.
Are you not updating in the user that you created?
Which user?
Demo.test.
Oh, I didn't put
Is it not supposed to be
employee, right?
test? Is it not supposed to be test dot employee?
No, it's not. It's not a SQL statement issue. We just I didn't put the right table name because I'm not connected to HR. Let me just edit it here. HR employee from HR. That employee. Okay, that's good. Okay, run row updated. So from here, basically the SQL statement is saying that we want the department ID of employee ID to be the same as the department ID of employee 200, right? So we updated the row. So before selecting from that specific row, let's look for the value that we have in HR. The employee ID is 200. Okay, actually we don't have employee ID 200 here. Like they actually gave a wrong. Okay, actually we do. 200, Jennifer, okay. So employee 200 is Jennifer Wallen, and her department ID is normally 10, right? So let's put the name of the tables on top so that it makes more sense. So we have HR, and then we have, this is in HR, right? Before the change, so that you guys can see the difference. So put it down. Okay, before the change in HR, employee ID 100, first name Stephen for 100, first name Jennifer, remove, salary clearly different. And the department ID for Stephen is 90, and the department ID of Jennifer is 10, right? So let's select the new from the new table. The new table is demo.test. So let's select all from demo.test. Okay, now let's look at it. We are looking for 100 and 200, right? Okay, it's 100. Where is he? Okay, Stephen, he's still here, right? So you have Stephen. Oops. We have Stephen. Okay. So now here we are in demo.test. We are in demo.test table. And here we are in HR.employees table. So in demo.test, we have the information of Stephen. You see that it's the same. The values, nothing changed, right? Now let's look at 200, Jennifer, if it changed. Jennifer. Let's go to here, okay. Jennifer, okay. Can you guys see the difference between both? What changed?
ID number.
The number.
Which ID?
Department ID.
Exactly. I'm putting it here so that it matches approximately. Right. You can say the department ID changed. The department ID of Jennifer changed. She got her department ID from Stephen, right? So now Jennifer has the same department ID as Stephen. So this is what this SQL statement here meant, right? So we take the department ID of Stephen and we update it to give it, for it to be the same as the one that we're going to give to Jennifer. So now Jennifer and Stephen have the same department ID. Good?
Oh, yeah.
We good?
Can you please read the SQL statement again? Let me see. Not this one, but the one on your PuDi. I don't know if you're using PuDi or
PuDi or Notepad.
No, not on Notepad. Yeah, the one on your Notepad. I want to read. I want you to just put it right.
Okay, let me put the SQL statement so you can see the difference. Okay, can you guys see it? Okay. Okay.
So I have a question. The second, where job ID. So we have two of those clauses on that same statement.
Mm-hmm. It comes with a lot of twists, so we will go through all the twists. But this is like the most important thing to understand for now. Also, you can notice that we only have one updated because the job ID that we use, it's unique to her. She's the only ad assistant, right? She's the only administrative assistant or whatever it is. You won't find another one like that if you can look for it. You can even issue a secret statement to make it. She's the only administrative assistant of the company. So that's why the change was only made to her. But if we use another key that, like for example, IT programmer, you would see the changes. But let's do that. We'll do that later so that we can understand how this one works. So, but are we good with that one?
I'm not, actually. So it looks like the update was made for employee number 200, but then the SQL is asking us to change employee number 100, right?
Where does
it
the SQL
set department ID?
I think that what we did there was to change the department ID of the 100 to make it to 90 like she did.
No.
No. We actually changed 200, not 100.
We changed 200. You can see here, you have both on both tables, before and after result.
Yeah, but I mean, like the only thing that changed here, like the change that we made that came that was effective was the ID now, which changed from 10 to 90, right? The Jennifer's ID.
Right. Right.
So in other words, the SQL is like, you have to go to HR department, you go to employee number 100, where job ID. Select. And then in the same,
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
We can use another example. I know that one is kind of tough. So let's use another example. So instead of updating the Okay, let's use other people. Okay, there is one thing is that one will only obey unique keys, right? It wouldn't let you just use it for multiple keys. For example, it will only be valid for primary keys. So, for example, here, right, employee underscore ID. We only have one with that employee ID, right? And that is King, right? If we put another value, for example, let's do it. Instead of employee ID, let me put a value that many people have. Department underscore ID. Okay, where department underscore ID equals 100, it's fine. Where instead of job ID, because job IDs can be pretty unique to some users. So instead of job ID, let's put another one that's not unique, manager ID. Yes, where manager underscore ID equals, and like,
wait, you say job ID is unique? Is it unique?
It's unique to some.
Oh.
For example, to Jennifer, it was unique. There is no one else that's administrative assistant in the company. She's the only one.
Okay.
That's why the changes only were made to her. Anyway, we will be going over that. So select manager underscore ID from HR employees where, I'm just going to put manager underscore ID, where manager underscore ID equals 103. Okay, select department ID equals 100. How many do we have? Multiple. Okay. Manager ID 103. Okay, that one is good. That one should be good. Let me see. It should be good for failure, not for it to work. Let me see. Okay, you see, it didn't go through. Single row subquery returns more than one row, right?
Yeah.
Single row subquery returns more than one row. Why? Because you see here we said department underscore ID equals 100, right? And we want to make the changes to the manager ID 200. But if you see department ID, here, let's see. Department ID equals 100. Let's look. Let's see. Department ID 100. Okay. Those are the ones with 100, right?
Yeah.
And we want to change, what do you want to change here? We want to change the department ID. We want to change the department ID where department ID equals 100. And we want to make the changes to the manager where the manager ID is 103. So let's keep 103 and 100. So you see that here the manager, the department ID of 100, we want to make the change to, we want to make the changes to where the manager ID, the department ID is 100 and where the manager ID would be 103. But you can see that we have multiple values for department ID, as you can see. For here, we have manager ID is 101, manager ID is 108. So we don't have just one value. We have multiple rows that would return. So we cannot update set a specific value here because we have multiple values, right? So it wouldn't know which one. Should we use 108 or should we use 101? You see, for department ID 100, we have 101 and 108. You see, so that's why it's better to use unique constraints, because here we cannot. That's why it says single row subquery returns more than one row. Are we following?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay, good. So we need to make, when we issue the SQL statement, we need to make sure that it actually from a primary key. Okay. So this one is not good. So we want to change, I'm going to give you an example and tell me what to do. We want to change, let's say, let's find 2 new users in the table. 2 users, a lady and a man. Okay, Elizabeth. This is Elizabeth right here. I want to use Elizabeth. Okay, so Elizabeth is getting married. Okay. She's getting married to who here? To Christopher, right? So she's going to change her name, her last name. We want to change her last name to the last name of Christopher. Oh. Okay. So we want to change the last name of Elizabeth to match the last name of Christopher. Actually, let me put this one down here. It's better. So here we are in HR.employees, right? So in HR.employees, these are the values that we have, right? We can remove that. We don't need that example anymore. Okay. So Elizabeth, her last name is Bates. So we want to change her last name from Bates to Olsen, right? And we also want to change her phone number, but we'll do that one later. But let's first do the last name. This is her last name, Bates. So now her new name is Olsen. So we want to make that update.
Okay, so it'll be set last underscore name.
Set last underscore name.
Yes.
Okay.
Equals select last underscore name from HR.employee where last underscore name equals 153.
Last underscore name equals
no,
name is 153.
No.
153, right?
No, the name.
The name person.
The name.
Oh yeah, awesome. No, it's gonna be where select last underscore name where.
You're right, Anita. Just
where
say
last name equals to Olsen.
Where employee ID.
Right.
Equals
we use employee ID
153.
because we know for a fact that employee ID is a unique key. Someone else might have the same last name as him.
Okay.
Okay. Where employee ID is 153. Right?
Yeah.
Where, what are we also need to find a unique constraint for her.
Where employee ID. Yeah. Select last underscore name from HR employee where employee ID equals 172.
Right? Let's see.
Are we changing by the name or the ID?
Who agrees? What do you think we are changing?
The last name.
Yes, we are changing the last name. We set last name, right? That's what we are changing. We send the last name where the employee ID equals 153. So his last name.
The employee ID is the unique constraint, you know,
right.
So if you put the name there, many people can be called Olsen.
Okay. Now let's run this. Invalid number. Which one? Wait, last time is gone. Let me see. No, this is not it. Instead of, what is it? Okay. Here, it shouldn't be last underscore name.
Or it should be employee ID. No.
Yes, we can use employee underscore ID for this one, but I don't like this example because you are using too much employee ID. I'm
So
saying
why
if
did
you
it
have
not go through?
different constraint, like it was supposed to go through, but the issue is coming from select last underscore name. So I think, okay, I think this one is fine.
You have double select.
No, that's definitely not the issue here. Okay, let me read. Update demo, update demo, that's set last underscore name. Okay, we have to change the last name, select. Okay, that's wrong. Let's put that. Okay. Select last underscore name from HR.employees, where employee ID equals 153, where, okay, job employee underscore ID equals select, okay, it's here, the column is here. Employee underscore ID from HR.employee, where employee underscore ID. I think we are using a lot of employee underscore ID, but the thing is that that specific user doesn't have that many unique constraints.
Select employee ID.
Okay, this is okay. One verb dated. Okay. Now let's use, we know it's updated. Okay, let's first check this one and then we'll be doing the other one, but instead of using, I think we could have used where last name equals Olsen because we want to change the last name anyway as well. That one would have worked as well. So let's select all from demo.test first. But it's not good, okay. Because you want to change the last name itself, we can put where last name equals. But if you wanted to change anything else, then we shouldn't put where last name equals because it could have been a different value. But in that specific case, we can use, I keep forgetting from today. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, from demo.test. Okay. What's the number? I have Elizabeth 172. Elizabeth 172. Okay. Elizabeth Olsen. And we also have Christopher. I mean, it's the same, but let's still do it just for the sake of comparison. Christopher is 150 something. Okay, there it is. Awesome. We good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we want to change the phone number of Elizabeth to be the same phone number as Chris. Okay, let's just use another phone number because this phone number looks similar anyway. So let's find phone number with 5, start with 5 or whatever. Okay, 6. Let's use Timothy. Okay. Now you want to change the phone number of Elizabeth to be the same as Timothy's phone number. Okay, who wants to give the SQL statement for that?
Set employee.
No.
What's that phone number? Is it phone?
Right. Yes. We want to set the phone number. What we want to change is what we set, right? Yes. So set phone number. Now we want to find unique constraint for Timothy.
You can select phone number too.
No, select employee ID. No.
We can select phone number, then we change at the second part.
Okay.
So the unique constraint is supposed to be after the select, or it's supposed to be like where employee ID?
Yes, the unique constraint should not be here. Should be applied here.
It should be right there, right?
After the where, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then that's
Yeah,
yes.
where the employee ID is. Which one are we changing?
For Elizabeth.
So where the employee ID is 190.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 190. Yeah.
And where last name?
Where what?
Last name. Yeah, select. Yeah, last name. We can use the other last name too.
Last name. For that example, last name is not a good idea because
phone number.
Timothy might not be the only one with that last name.
We can take a manager ID because they have different manager ID.
Yes, the thing is, if okay, let's actually use that example so you see what I'm talking about. Let's use manager ID. where manager ID equals.
People have the same last name?
Of course people have it. Are you kidding me?
People have the same last name. People have the same first name. So it cannot.
Especially in America.
We just changed her last name now. So
we don't have the same last name though. One is Bates, the other one is Gates. Actually, her last name is now Olson.
Yeah, it's Olson now.
No, but we are changing from HR. So we are looking at the change from HR. In HR, her name is still Bates.
Okay.
Yeah, then we can still leave employee ID and we put her employee ID 172.
And a seahorse.
One.
It's 172 is the center.
Okay. Okay, so that one we use. Okay. Let's use that. Okay. Let's use that. Let's look at. She's 170.
Two.
That's what I want to look at the manager ID. Okay. Okay. 3. Okay. Let's see. What is it saying? HR at employees, What do they mean table doesn't exist? Table exists. What else here? Demo that test. What do they mean table doesn't exist? Oh, I typed it in the wrong. Okay. Table exists. Now you can see the difference, right? 6 rows updated. Why? Because all the manager IDs, all the people who share the same manager ID as her, as Elizabeth, now have his phone number, right? That's why we need unique constraint here and here.
So we can use date.
Emerald, where do you say we need unique constraints again?
Here, right? And here. Okay, let's select so that you can see the table. Let's select demo.
Select.
Demo from.
Is a typo select.
Oh. Thank you. Select all from demo that test. Okay. Now let's look at that table. So that it said 6 rows updated. So we are going to look for, let's first check the phone number again. 650-505-38. Okay, 60505. Let's just put it.
3876. 3876.
Okay. Let's look for the people with the manager ID 148 as well, right? Let's look for them.
Yeah, Julia has already been updated.
The people with her manager ID 148. Okay, you'll see that all the people with manager ID 148 have the same phone number.
Every single day, every single time.
They all have the same phone number. You can see, and the phone number is the number of 615-505-3876 is the same phone number. Right? So when we use where manager underscore ID, select manager ID, it's like all the people who share the same manager ID as employee 172, Elizabeth, will get the new phone number. This is why we need unique constraint if you want to make sure that we only make the change to one specific employee.
And we can use date instead of manager ID.
You can use phone number.
What if someone else got the job on the same day? Two people can get hired on the same day,
It depends
right?
on the table that we have. Are they have? They're not. They don't have the same date.
Yeah, if they didn't hire on that day, yes, then it would work. But if they hired other people on that day, then it would also give the same issue.
Can you use phone number?
That's what you're updating. That's what you said.
We're updating the phone number, so we are going to update it for it to. Yeah, phone number also is unique. In that case, yeah, phone number. I mean, people should have the same.
So we can use it on the SQL on the second one, like where you're updating. You can use phone number.
You can use your phone number. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Emerald.
Yes.
So, like in the table, the unique keys that, like, for example, which we have, like you can say, phone numbers, employees ID, and maybe like what again?
We can use phone number, employee ID.
That's
yeah, that's pretty much.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's basically it. For that specific table. Yeah. You can use hire date if you're sure that that person was the only person hired that day. But you can see that here, for example, 2 people were hired on April 21st, 2008. These 2 were hired on the same day. Sundita and Amit. You good with that? Yes.
Okay, so in this case, can you like select distinct values, like to double check if they're duplicate or values?
You mean for it to select only one manager ID?
Are you trying to do the distinct before?
Yeah, just no, okay, like what's a way of checking? I guess maybe you have to just select, I don't know, like if you're not sure, what do you do? If you're not sure that
you can just check, select all from HR.employee where manager.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Or you can also use this thing, but even if you use this thing.
Yeah, that was not what I meant. But.
Even if you use this thing, it will only show you one at a time. So it wouldn't show you different ones.
That's even
so if you suspect that maybe one manager ID is there are many of them, that's when you can just select all from the table where manager ID is that number. So it's going to give you all the result that you
Yeah, I think with that SQL, the one you just said is easier. So you can just know if you put the ID and maybe if there are many people, many managers with the same ID, you're just gonna identify that.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
I think the best practice for this, you first query the manager ID of employee ID, and then you check how many people have that manager ID. That's the fastest way I think to do it. Okay, so let's almost end this class. So updating rows, I think that one is more like practice, to be honest. I know that one is not that easy. Okay. Removing rows from a table, delete, statement, and truncate. What's the difference between delete and truncate? Who can tell me the difference between delete and truncate?
I think like to delete, when you use delete, you delete a like particular role or something like that.
Particular what?
When you use delete, for
Yeah.
example, I think you delete. But you can use delete to delete. Is it like particular row in a table?
Right. You're right.
But I think with then truncate, I think truncating. Wisdom has been short.
What's truncating?
Truncate, it's like truncate. You can truncate the. Hi, Mama, I'm tired.
Truncate is like divide.
Divide? No.
I know, like for some people on the side, truncate is just like deleting two, right?
Yes, they both look similar, but they are very different. They look similar, but they are very different. They are kind of different. I mean, they are definitely different, not kind of. But they can, what you can do with both can make you feel like it's the same thing, but it's really not. First, one is a DDL and the other one is a DML, right? So you think delete is a DDL or a DML?
GML.
Right, delete is the DML and truncate would be the
DDL.
Right. And with delete, you can roll back. If you made a change, if you delete a row, or even if you delete the whole table, you can always roll back. But truncate, you cannot roll back because it's a DDL, and DDL, when you submit a DDL, it automatically commits. The only way for you to be able to recover that table would be to do a flashback point in time table, flashback table, or to recover from a previous backup. But I know that, but don't worry, we'll be doing that. I think it's chapter 8 or 9. But you guys will definitely be doing that. Recover, do point in time recovery.
Am I right?
Yes.
Like that, can you put it this way, like delete is like deleting, like I said before, to delete a particular row, why the truncate is like maybe deleting the entire table or all the data in an entire, in a particular table?
You know, the difference between a DDL and you're right. But the main difference between a DDL and a DML is that a DDL is, truncate is a DDL, meaning that it does affect the structure itself of the table, right? When the DML only manipulates the data in the table. You see? So the DDL truncate, even though it looks like truncate, even though it looks like truncate only remove all the data, but there is a change that is made at a structure level that causes all the data in the table to be gone, right?
You said there is what that has been made in the table?
Changes that are made in the structure of the table itself that causes all the data in the table to be gone.
So
right?
is it safe to say that like when you're deleting, you're only working with rows, while when you truncate, you can also work with the columns as well, or?
Yeah, but if you see all the data in the table, it means if a column is involved in the table, it means you're saying the right thing.
Okay, let's take an example. Right. That's why I say that DDL is like the whole structure that is changed to remove the data. But DDL, it's basically specific, right? Rows one row at a time. Or you can just remove the whole table, but it would really move row per row. Okay, let's truncate that table, demo that test. Let's truncate, demo that test. Okay, it takes a while. Okay, truncate table demo test. Now let's select all from demo test. You can see that no row selected. But if you describe, truncate should not be confused with drop, right? You can see that you still have the structure of the table.
All right,
Structure
yeah.
is not to be
You have the
confused with
structure, but all the data in it has been removed.
Exactly.
Wait, so when you truncate, you literally remove all the rows. Can you like truncate a part of the table?
No. That's the thing with truncate. It's all or nothing.
Wow.
Right?
So, Emerald.
Yes.
Why, when you if you describe, you see it, but if you select, it says no, nothing. It return no result.
Exactly.
So, for instance, if you want to drop that department underscore ID,
don't truncate the column, you drop the column, right?
or you drop the columns, okay.
Yes.
And that okay, never mind. That will be considered a DML, right? No, a DDL.
Drop,
So,
drop is definitely a DDL.
Okay.
Emerald, you drop a column and you delete a row. Can we drop? It means you cannot drop a row.
A row?
Drop.
No.
Drop is not truncate. You can drop a row.
Okay.
You drop a column, you delete a row.
That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. Not to. Why you want to confuse my head?
I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to confuse your head, but sorry.
All right, it's okay. Because I know what I understand is all of them have a role to play. Truncate is like she said, it's either all or nothing. So when you go with a delete, delete, it means you are working with rows, and then the drop now is with a column.
Yes, the drop is a DDL, right?
It's
so
a DDL
you can,
too.
Yeah, you make changes to the structure.
To the structure,
right? You can drop a column, you can drop the whole table, but you cannot delete a table, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By deleting the table, you only remove the data that are inside the table, but you're not deleting the whole thing. You're not removing it, right? Okay. So
I have a question, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I remember when you were talking about the DML, you never mentioned calling and locking a table. But when I was searching it, I realized that lock table is a DML too, and call.
Locking is a DML.
Lock table.
Locking is not a DML. Let's come here. SQL Fundamental Exam Guide. It's right here. All the DDL and DML that exist are here. I'm going to show you. Even the ones that we didn't, that are not part of, it's right here somewhere. Let me look it up. Let me pull this. You only have 3 types of, you have DML, DDL, DCL, and TCL. And among the DDL, somewhere.
No, I think he is one mistake in chapter 6 too. We got some comment chapter 6, like what she said.
Chapter 6.
Chapter 6, we got some comment like that. So.
Okay, this is from Oracle database, right? This is not from me. So let's look at all the DDL and DMLs. I've never heard that locking a table was a DML. Okay, data manipulation language, DMLs, select, insert, update, delete, merge, right? These are the 5D. So you see how you have SUDI and then SUDI. And then you have all the DDLs, create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, comment, right? And then you have the DCL, grant, revoke, and then the TCLs, commit, rollback, sequence. These are the only ones. I'm not sure where you read that, but if you can share it, maybe it might be, good to share that.
Okay, I think I just sent it to you.
Okay. But I know that doc is not a DML. It's not a DML. Well, I don't know about that. Where did you get that information from?
On Google.
From Oracle?
I don't remember. It was somewhere on Google, by the way, so I don't actually remember where exactly.
Okay. Well, honestly, I'm getting my information from Oracle, so maybe it can be seen as a DML, but I wouldn't say locking. Of course, it affects the table, right? Because it locks the table. But does it manipulate? It locks the table for you to be able to manipulate the table while it's locked. But anyway, I wouldn't say lock is a DML though. So maybe it's updated, it's new, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Okay, let's move on to our lesson. Okay, removing rows from a table. Delete, truncate. Okay, here removing a row from a table. Deleting a row from, you can just delete one row at a time.
Emerald, I'm sorry. If you want to see that, you can go to the chapter 6, page 24. You will see just come out there.
And what does it say? It says that locking a table is a DML?
No, but it's not specific, but it gives you like a insert, update, delete, or locking the table.
Yes, when you lock a table, you're locking the table, right? It prevents you from making changes. But is it a data manipulation language?
Okay.
I don't even see how it makes sense. I want to see where it says that the lock is DML. I know that it goes with DML, right? And you need to lock the table to issue some DML, like insert, update. The lock is directly, it comes with DMLs. That's what I know, that then when you insert, update, you automatically get a lock on that table. But to the extent of saying that locking a table is a DML, honestly, I'm not going to say that.
Okay, thank you.
Locks are used for DML operation, but they are not DMLs. Okay. But you guys can ask Prof, but this is not what I learned. Oracle doesn't say it anywhere. Okay.
That's okay.
So delete a row. You delete a row and you drop a column, right? don't drop a row and you delete a column. You cannot delete a column, right? Delete a row, you drop a column. Okay. You truncate a table. You cannot truncate a row, you cannot truncate column. Okay, this is delete. Oh yes, I wanted us to okay, you can delete from HR the department or department underscore name equals finance. So it would allow you to delete all the rows in of where department underscore name equals finance. Oh yes, we only did rollback. We didn't do, actually we need to hurry before that. Okay, let's insert back data into demo data so we can delete. Okay, insert into demo data, select all from HR employees. Okay, 107 rows selected. So we have our table back. Okay, now we want to delete. Delete from demo.test. 107 rows deleted. So in appearance, when you select all from demo.test, no row selected. So it looks empty. It looks like when you just delete everything and you truncate everything, it looks like the same thing, but it's not the same. It's not the same because of the changes that are made. Okay.
Emerald, please go back.
Can you Dex?
Emerald, please go back to where you were.
Okay.
Go back and put the last command you issued to delete, please. I want to see something.
I'll leave it. Want me to desk it?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's demo that test. The structure is still the same.
Emma, can you go up, please?
Up?
Yeah.
Where?
I want to see something. Yeah, stop there. Where you said delete from demo.test, right? Are you deleting? What are you deleting? The entire everything there?
Yes, exactly. I'm deleting everything in the table. Every
so
single.
Why didn't you put delete all?
You use the code. This is hurting.
Well, because delete all is
just give me.
Sorry?
Delete all is not the SQL statement for that.
Oh, so you don't have to put all, right?
No.
Emerald, please. You just said we delete a row, we drop a column, and we truncate the table, right?
Yes, and you can also delete all the data in the table.
That's what you just did.
Yes, we just deleted all the data in that table in demo.test.
So why did you not just truncate this demo.test?
Because we just used truncate before. I wanted to show you guys the two things. We truncated it before, where we truncated here, right?
Oh, okay.
Can I do it? It's hurting.
So I wanted us to see the contrast between both, which looks like the same. So when you delete, for example, and you don't specify where things blah blah, when you don't specify a specific row, it would just delete everything, right?
Okay.
So Emerald, if
Yes.
you delete everything and you truncate, so definitely now they both did the same job, right?
Apparently.
Huh?
Apparently they did.
So in that case, it means delete and truncate. It means at a point in time they can do the same job.
Apparently.
So Emerald, can you flashback or roll back? Actually,
Yes.
here you're rolling back, right?
When you delete, you can roll back. Let's see if we still have some to roll back. Just deleted it, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. Okay. Let's see. From demo that test. No, too late. The retention.
So can you do the
retention
flashback?
Excuse me?
Can you do the flashback or?
No, for you to
Flashback is
use
not
flashback,
okay.
you need to have flashback enabled.
Okay.
Emerald, now
You
you are
can
trying to
flashback
go
from
back.
anything. You can flashback from truncate.
Emerald, what after after deleting you went ahead and you were doing other things. If you want to roll back, will you just come and roll back? Just type roll back, like you did.
Yes, we'll just type roll back, but you know it depends on the undo, right?
So once you type roll back, what it does is it definitely automatically rolls back what you deleted last.
Previously, yes.
Right now it's really
For example, in some data, for example, in my database, when I roll back and I just delete something, it will go back. But maybe your undo retention time is like maybe 10 seconds. I don't know. That's why we can.
What if you deleted like maybe 2 tables? For example, you deleted 1 table and you're working and you deleted another table. Now, after some time, if you want to roll back, how do you regain those 2 tables you deleted?
You only roll back once. You only regain the table you deleted after. That's why you have save point, and that's why we're going to talk about save point now.
All right, okay.
Emerald, does it mean that we cannot drop a table?
You can drop a table.
Okay, that means we delete a table. No, we truncate a table, we drop a table, and we delete.
Yes, but there are 3 different things, right?
Yes, but when you drop, the structure.
When you drop is gone. Excuse me?
When you drop, does it have to be empty?
No, you can drop a table that has data in it.
That's what I'm asking, Emerald. If you drop, after dropping at your desk, are you still going to see it appear this way?
No, it's gone.
No, normally you're not gonna see the table anymore.
It's gone in the recycle bin. It's
All
gone
right.
unless you recover it from the recycle bin, but that table is gone.
We'll roll back.
No, you cannot roll back a DDDL like that.
You have to flashback.
Flashback, exactly. Do a point in time. We will do it. Don't worry, guys. We'll do it.
What if the lights are not working to flash? The headlamps are there.
Wait for the light to come back.
All right.
Okay. That's why we have, let's quickly move on. Okay, delete, that's for specific rows. Truncate, yes, we already talked about. Okay, database transaction control using commit, rollback, and save point. So those are TCLs. And we have DCLs. DCLs is for grant and revoke, right? Okay, DML, DDL, and DCLs. Okay, commit and rollback. Okay, for example, for the example you just had earlier, right? What if you deleted 2 tables? What do you do, right? For example, if you deleted 2 tables, but you save point, right? When you deleted that table, you put save point, or before that, you can roll back to that point in time of the save point. See? So that you will be able to get your data back. But if you didn't save point, it wouldn't go through. Okay. So when you commit, it ends the current transaction by making all pending data changes permanent, right? And when you save point, you specify the name of the checkpoint. It marks a save point within the current transaction, so that anytime you're able to come back to that time. Let's say you delete 5 tables, right? But before deleting any of them, you save pointed, right? So save point before delete, for example, right? Any table that you will delete after that, or any change you will be making, if you want to come back to that time, you can just save point to that specific time. Are you good?
Not really.
Now, the same for rollback and the current station. Okay, also there is one thing important is that when you leave SQL, you need to make sure you exit properly, right? So the proper way to exit, if you're done with the transaction, you just exit. You exit like that. and it will automatically commit a transaction. But if you exit like that, right? Like that, or you lose internet connection or whatever, then it would roll back. Okay. Let's see where it says this. Okay, automatic commits occur in the following circumstances. When a DDL is issued, automatic commit. When you issue a DCL, right? Statement automatic commit. And normal exit from SQL Developer or SQL Plus. So normal exit is you enter exit, right? You don't just X out. Without explicitly you issuing commit or rollback, but it would still commit. An automatic rollback occurs when there is an automatic rollback occurs when there is an abnormal termination of SQL Developer of SQL Plus or a server failure. So if you lose your internet connection or you just X out, it will just automatically roll back. This morning, a student was wondering why he lost all of his homework. So I was like, oh, because you just exit out, or maybe you lost your connection. Okay, automatic commit and automatic rollback. State of the data before commit or rollback. The previous state of the data can be recovered. The current user can be reviewed. Okay, this one you guys know. Okay. State of the data after commit. Data changes are saved. The previous state of the data is overwritten. All users can view the results. Logs under affected. Okay. The next part is you guys know how to commit. Just put and make sure you commit a lot in DB2 because you might just come back the next day to do your exam because you have a lot of information missing, even though you did it, right? So make sure you get used to committing usually. Okay, and then the next thing is read consistency. So we know about read consistency, right? So readers do not wait for writers, writers do not wait for readers, and writers wait for writers. So we have no read consistency, so that at any specific point in time, all the users can have access to the same data. This is read consistency. We talked about in DB1. Okay. For update clause in a select statement. For update clause, it creates a lock on a specific table. Sorry. It creates a lock on a specific row, right, in a table, so that no one can make changes to it because you use the for update clause. You can use the for update clause in a select statement against multiple tables. Okay, now quiz, and then we're good. The following statement produce the same result, true or false?
False.
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 Some people are saying false, but I've not heard them since too. Okay, who else?
It's false.
Why is it false?
Because delete deletes the rows and truncate deletes the rows, but not the
I think it's
well, it's the other way around.
I think
But it's true. It produced the same results.
It's true.
I think
If you describe the table like what we did now, the example we did now, the description was the same thing.
Yeah, but then
it's true. It's true.
I said we want to put the real contest of delete and truncate.
I think it's a false.
I say false.
It's true. It's true.
The DDL and the DDL is not the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, except if you want to go into the
when you use the statement delete from, Employee, that's the same thing I was asking Emma, that why did she not do from? It means when you do this, everything has to be deleted now. Truncate 2 does the same thing, everything will be deleted in the table.
So Emerald, now the answer here depends on the context.
No, the here is like you have the sequence statement here. There is no context.
Because if we refer from the example that we took right now, right? The end result is the same. But if you want to go in the real sense, we know that delete is different from truncate.
It would be different. I think it would be different if you use it to perform a different thing. But on this case, since they did the same thing, it's true now.
False.
It's true without
False.
Huh?
False.
Why?
Who said false?
Me.
False. Why? Explain yourself, Marie.
Yeah, I'm saying
false.
Why?
Why?
Don't say false because the book wrote down the answer down false. Why?
I'm not saying false because the book write it like that. It's false. Don't lie me.
Why now?
When you delete, the structure of the table is still there. But then when you truncate, it's not.
When you truncate, the structure is still
No, when you truncate, the structure is still there.
The structure.
We just described both. That's why we took the time to describe both, right? We
Yes.
described both after truncating and after deleting.
So Emerald, tell us. Let's see.
Emerald,
I know it's true.
I know it's both. Yeah, I know it both.
Yeah, I know 100% on my side that it's true.
It's both because I have the reason for both. I have the reason why it can be true. I have the reason why it's false. So
So what's the reason?
For both?
Yes, for both.
Yeah, like I said now, like it's true because like when you delete that the copy underscore EMP, when you describe it, you have the same result like when you truncate the table. But if you want to go into recess, it's not the same thing because one is a DML and one is a DDL. So one affects the structure of the table, while the other one affects the rows of the table. It doesn't affect the structure.
But you know, they have not asked you to explain their differences. So they gave you a.
She's asking me why I'm saying true or false. I'm giving my own reason why it can be true and why it can be false.
I understand you not to, because I'm saying from what you explained that if you just delete, because I believe they just ask what we're seeing here is what we are giving the answer.
Yeah, because you can delete a whole table.
You can't delete the whole table. Emerald just did that now.
She deleted the rows in the table, not the whole table. The rows in the table were deleted.
She used delete from copy underscore this. When I asked her why did she not use all, she said when you don't specify that or you delete everything in the table now.
What was the result? The result was 107 rows deleted. The result wasn't table deleted.
Well, please give us the answer now.
So just give us the answer, Emerald. Like I said, it's from the context.
False.
I mean, from the look at it, when we delete it, I think that that answer is mitigated because from the practice that we did, you saw that we truncated and then we deleted, right? And you guys could see clearly the same result. Like the structure of the table was the same, and we didn't have anything it didn't have anything in the table. All the rows were gone, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that when you truncate a table, it's like you recreate it basically. But when you delete, you just delete, like you just remove the rows, but the structure is the same. But when you truncate, you recreate that table. You see? That's why you notice that truncate takes a while. You keep the same structure, the table is still there. But it's not really the same table. It's like a new table, like reset.
Emerald, I still
But I
don't
definitely
understand.
agree with the people who think it's true and the people who think it's false. I understand both point of view, to be honest. Even though here it says, I think it says false. Yeah, it says false, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, when you look with your eyes, you see the same result.
You see that I was true.
Emerald,
You owe me $50, Emerald.
Emerald,
Emerald, you owe me $50.
Emerald, you just explained this now. You know, when you were doing this, you did not explain that when we truncate, the table will be restructured.
I said it. I didn't say it.
No.
She said it, that truncates the structure of the table.
I said the structure itself. It resets the table. So technically, does it produce the same result? No. But you see the same result with your eyes? Yes. So this is not a matter of English at this point. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you mean by restructure?
You give $20, Emerald. You owe me $20.
Also,
I think you owe me a bottle of wine.
Also, when we precise to delete, when we precise for delete, if we don't say delete, if we didn't precise, we will delete all the table. But if we precise, it won't delete all the row. We still gonna have some. That's why it's different.
No. When you don't precise, it will delete all the rows.
That's what I say. If you don't precise, it will delete all the row.
Yes.
But if you precise, it won't delete all the row.
No.
And then truncate is delete is remove all the row from the table.
Right.
And then restructure. What
And the structure stay intact. The structure doesn't change.
Wait, so when you delete, does that also delete the indexes?
When you no, you don't delete the indexes.
And then when you truncate, does it delete the index?
Yes, because when you truncate, like you drop the table, right, and you recreate it. That's why truncate takes a while. I don't know if you guys noticed when you truncated, it took a while, right?
Yeah.
You guys didn't pay attention. Anyway, it took a while because to drop the table, recreate it, and then bring it back. So it like resets the whole table.
Okay.
Emerald, you just told me that when you delete it, like deleting is removing all the data on the table, right?
Yeah, when you delete from the table without specifying anything. Yes.
Well, let me just show you something. Like I'll send it on your phone.
Share now, Mama. Share your screen. Yeah, so that we can all see. Please.
I'll show you in a group.
Oh, in your phone.
So you can say, what did you see? That delete doesn't remove rows?
No, instead truncate is used to delete the entire data on a table.
Yeah, that's what we said, right?
Yeah.
And you just said delete is removing all the data on the table.
In case we do not specify the data,
In case we do not specify with the where clause to remove specific rows, it deletes everything as well. Like this, like delete, we just used that SQL statement like not even 5 minutes ago. Where is it? Delete, you see here, right? Delete from demo.test. 107 rows deleted. And when we selected all from demo.test, we had no rows returned, no rows selected. You see?
Yeah.
So this comes with like we practiced it. That's why we can talk about it. Anyway, you guys have a really nice assignment to do. I know you guys can handle it.
Really nice assignment.
You guys are so smart. So smart. So these are the 10. No. Some people will actually read the answers. Okay. So here are the 10, and you guys, it's due on Monday. And try to do it. I know you guys can do it. We saw everything here except for that one. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. That one might give you a little bit of headache, but it's good. It will force you to do some research, but it's good. But we talked about it in class, though. We talked about it today. If you paid attention, I actually gave the answer for that, for question 9. Okay. Yes.
Okay, please, I have a question concerning the last class. So they had a scenario where I think it was Nato. She was trying to create a table using create table jobs and select everything, and and your remark was that does the user has the privilege to create a table? Except so you said that you asked her to grant select on HR the jobs to demo. My question was, why not granting granting create table to the user instead of
select?
Oh yeah, exactly. Instead of select.
Who can answer that?
Because you're only getting the information and then you're creating your own table. You're only getting information from HR. So you're selecting the information from that table. You don't want to create a table in there.
Thank you. And I think what she means is that, you know, that when we created a table, we wanted to create a table to look exactly like another table, but for you to be able to even just select that table to do a duplication, you need a privilege to select that table. You cannot just select any table. So unless you have the privilege to select from HR employee, you cannot create a duplicate table of HR employees.
Okay.
Yes. So we good?
Yes.
We're almost done with SQL fundamental. I know that it's kind of challenging, but it's good. It's good. It's good. So see you guys on Monday. And if you're really, 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 really stuck, don't ask me. I won't answer.
Everyone, you're not answering us anymore.
No, because I know that you guys are big already. You guys don't need help. You guys know how to do it.
We're big already.
Yeah, you guys are big. I don't need to help you. I just got you a little bit, but that's all. You guys can handle everything. Okay.
Thank you, Emerald.
You're welcome.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Come back.